Okay, welcome back everyone for another episode of Master of Command. Um, Hoping that this will be our last episode and that we'll be able to fight both HQ battles. In the last episode, we tragically lost a veteran German Fusilier unit, but on the bright side, we did find a unique unit, the 5th Royal Artillery, which we already have one here. Now we have two. So, that's pretty neat. I am going to go ahead and rename them to the 6th Royal Artillery, simply because we already have a 5th Royal Artillery, and I want to be able to differentiate the 5th and the now 6th, mostly because the 5th is a better unit, right? It's got more veterancy, we've got a better cannon on it. Compared to the 6th. And also, we have not itemized the 6th Royal Artillery very much at all yet. So, let's go ahead and get into battle with this field army. Okay, they've got some Hungarian Hussars, a couple of grenadiers, and quite a few light infantry and artillery. So we'll get into battle and we'll get this done, and then hopefully we'll get our HQ battle in soon. All right, we've gotten our army set up and we are mobilizing them, getting them into position. Fortunately, we're on a pretty good defensive map for us. So I'm hoping we don't run into too many problems. Definitely need to be very aware of their cavalry, especially the veteran hussars. But as long as we stay aware of them, we shouldn't have too many problems. Go ahead and spread out these grenadiers a little bit. And let's start getting our Fusiliers in position. Our Swiss Fusiliers more specifically. I'm trying to make a hole here that the artillery will be able to fire through. I want to switch them over to the double canister at some point. Let's go ahead and slow things down. Let's get these Germans spreading out. Everyone unlimbered. Switching them to canister. And we'll actually turn the Swiss, since these guys are not really well supported at the moment. And there's a ton of cavalry just all clumped together, so I want to try to hit them. Have the Royal Scots move over this way. Maybe I bring our German Fusiliers across the river. These guys aren't really being used at the moment. Maybe I'll send one German Fusilier unit over here just in case they're needed. Keep the other one close by, just in case he's needed, should cavalry try to make a move. You just turn and shoot them, please. Okay, we've gotten a lot of kills hitting that cavalry in there. Let's do a quick check on our units' morale, make sure they're all good. I realized that in that battle where we lost those veteran German Fusiliers, I wasn't monitoring their morale. They were taking a ton of hits from enemy artillery, and that's what ended up doing them in is they were just getting smashed by artillery, and they were in a firefight, and I wasn't managing the morale right, and so that's why they ended up shattering. Cool, still racking up a bunch of kills here, getting their cavalry, love that. Let's switch these guys over to Buck and Ball. I'm gonna tell them to hold fire. Wait for them to get a little bit closer. Okay, now open. Excellent. Okay, let's move up here. Switch over. Okay, we've got these grenadiers over here that need to get taken care of. They've got cavalry swinging around this way. Let's go ahead and bring the Royal Scots over here and then set them up. Okay, and then let's get ready to countercharge in. And knock them out. They're doing things. Pull back. Pull these guys off the line. They've already taken a lot of damage. Gonna have to restore. I should have had them hold fire, but that's okay. Okay, these guys can advance. And let's start to work that artillery. Okay, let's just have everyone hold fire because I'm afraid we'll hit our own gendarmerie. at this point. Okay, so pretty straightforward battle. Let's go ahead and... good breastplates. We'll see if I can use those. Let's go ahead and... What were our losses? Really not that bad. So I can replenish those just through normal replenishment means. Let's go ahead and take the money and ammunition. Got a couple more veterancy upgrades there. Let's see, good breastplates. Does anyone... We have better... Yeah, so we can get rid of those and those. These skull caps, I think we don't need. I think everyone has, yeah, higher quality skull caps. You have Soul compared to a land pattern. So I'll just keep the land pattern. These guys, I will trade. I will trade Souls for those noise stats. Or even better, let's pick up these Charlevilles. And make sure that everyone else is using like an optimal gun, which it looks like they are. Excellent riding boots, I think we don't really need. I did get a large canteen, 2 large canteens that'll be good for our infantry that we still need to put some items on. And this unit is still missing an item. I still need to give them something. So let's go ahead. I don't think we need spirit rations or good tea, but we can put a couple more items on our guys. There's one, and there's one. Got excellent gun picks here. Those will give a really good reload. Good reload and good stamina. But I think we don't really need it. I feel like all of our gun tools are equivalent or better. So I'm okay selling that off. And I'm going to sell these entrenching tools. I'm going to sell the iron ramrods as well. Okay. And what's our replenishment look like? 25 troops a day, 40 troops a day. Not stellar. I might have to do some drilling to increase our replenishment before the HQ gets here. But we're gonna come back here and just see if there's anything of note, really. There is an excellent tow worm here, which I think that is slightly better than this Tompion. Let's check for Bibles. Did I buy it? Okay, there is a Bible here. There's also an excellent tea, which I could replace you. You need a replacement. Okay, so there's a Bible and an excellent tea, and I can pick up both of those. There's also an excellent tobacco, but I don't know if I would get that or not. I mean, sure, why not, right? In order to just give these guys excellent quality rations. He still needs Bibles, so we'll do that. And there's not really anything else left to buy here in the town square that I want. The gunsmith only has a good light socket bayonet, which isn't all that much better compared to just a normal socket bayonet. So I'll probably hold off on buying that. The stable, we've got an excellent basket hilt sword. Is that better? 14. The difference is negligible, I think, and it's pretty expensive, so I'll hold off on buying that. There's a good saddle here, which I could buy. 2 good saddles, actually. Do I need another good saddle? So let's improve view. Yeah, just the one is enough. And then in the for the powder master, there's excellent grape shot, which I could use. Oh yeah, let's restructure this artillery a little bit. Let's take your excellent canister and give it to you. And you've got grape shot. I don't really know that you need grape shot. I'll leave it on you for now, but I am going to give you grape shot, and let's go in and take a look if there's anything that you could really use here. Water buckets. What do you have? You've got excellent tow worm. I think that's maybe a little bit better. There are canteens here, so I could see if a unit could use a canteen. You could get an upgraded canteen. Yeah, we could buy that canteen and sell off these things. And then let's upgrade your canteen. I think you need one. There we go. And I know they've got the excellent grape shot in here. I do want maybe one excellent grape shot because it would be good to have on this unit, or maybe on the 6th Royal Artillery, so that they've got an extra gun and they actually have better accuracy than this unit does. Here, maybe I give you guys like a large haversack just so your morale's a little bit better. And then let's buy one excellent grape shot here. I also like the large lumber chest. And let's give that to you. And let's actually switch you guys out. I really need better items on him. Maybe that's actually a really good point, is that their reload is almost 43 seconds, whereas they're more like 30. So even though we've got an extra gun here, it probably makes more sense to have these guys in the front line if necessary with grape shot. Okay, let's then... I could upgrade your limber chest. I could upgrade yours. You're good. You could be better. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll sell off these 2 Delft muskets, buy the large lumber chest, and then give you the excellent lumber chest and give you a good one. And then we can sell that at some point. I feel pretty good with this. And now... I'm gonna buy 1 thing of ammunition, because I think we'll have to drill in order to get our replenishment all the way up. And then let's go ahead and... I want to raid the town. Maybe... Yeah, maybe what we can do... Do I still have those grenades, or did I lose them on a unit? I must have lost them, because I don't think I would have put them on a unit. Maybe I stormed a fort. I can't remember what I did with those grenades. And there aren't any here. Because I would like to try to take that fort. But also it's going to cause attrition, so let's just go ahead and raid here while we're waiting for the HQ. Here they come. So we'll just see what we generate here. Large lumber chests, unfortunately, meaning I didn't have to buy the large lumber chest, but that's okay. Let's switch that, and then you've got a good one. I think everyone here is excellent. I know this is the normal size lumber chest. Since they're a Shuvalov, I'm not going to give them this excellent one because it's going to drive down their stamina. So give it to you. And then we're still a little bit short on our replenishment, so I'm gonna drill as much as I can before they get here. And now we're just short. We're short like 150 men in our Swiss veteran Fusilier unit, which isn't too terrible. All right, let's see what we're up against. They've got a unique grenadier unit, Austrian grenadiers, veteran artillery, unique cuirassiers, some light infantry, veteran fusiliers, plenty of hussars here, and then a lot of Netherlands, or I should say Dutch field artillery. Netherlander field artillery. Alright, well, we'll get into battle and get this started. Okay, here we go. First HQ battle. This is not like a fantastic map for us defensively, I think. So what I'm doing is I'm getting our fast movers out over here, hoping that they can take up a position here, specifically the Royal Scots, because as you can see, they just fly out there. I'm putting the majority of my artillery on this hill here. These guys, since they've got sturdy shoes, they move a little bit faster. I'm trying to move them over here to help support our infantry there. And then our 2 Shuvalovs we're going to have set up along here, just because they're really slow, and so I don't want them to have to move as far. Royal Cavalry will support down here. We're putting our Grenadiers kind of in the center. Gendarmerie will be over here. German veteran Fusiliers were stacking over here for the most part. Swiss will be here in the woods with 1 veteran German unit here to help on the flank. So let's start getting our Swiss spread out. Let's make sure that we leave a nice hole for the artillery to fire through. Spread out our grenadiers a little bit just so that they don't get shattered by like a single artillery shot. And we'll have these guys spreading out. Maybe we have our Royal Scot. No, they don't need to come across. They can be a reactionary force. Guys can unlimber. You guys are just about in position. I actually want them to be able to fire canister if at all possible, so I might you here. Maybe we can get them on the hill. Then get them a small window to fire through here. You guys can come across. Actually, I want you guys here because you have the officer. You guys can come across here. Looks like their line is turning. And that's really not a very big gap to fire through. You might as well be on the hill, because I don't know that I'll have a gap for you. Unless... yeah, unless I just move you guys, like, back here. Put you guys here. Guys unlimbered. Maybe that provides a little bit of an avenue for you guys to move down some. Let's get the rest of our artillery unlimbered. I'm gonna switch them to canister on their next shot. Nice. Don't trust those Grinzer Hussars. Might be running into some trouble up here. Yep. let's get into position to take over. Oh, Grenadiers, come over here. Shatter them. Okay, and then shatter these sharpshooters. You guys can come back for a minute. And you guys can just retreat. General is exposed here. These hussars are coming a long way around. Really not getting a lot done with our canister. I might have to switch them back. Okay, they are done for. There's still more cavalry coming in. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, these guys are doing really well. Oop. These guys are getting a little too far forward. Okay, we did some good damage to them. Okay, we're doing fine here. Let's help out. Okay, we're good here. Bring these guys back. Let's target the cavalry there. I'm actually going to pull you guys back because you've gotten fairly messed up. Put these guys forward. And let's start working over that cavalry. Oh. Where's our general? Okay, let's get in front of our artillery here. Pull this cavalry back. And we need to keep a close eye on them. Please open fire. Okay, this has been bloody, but it's worked out. Start moving up our Fusiliers. gendarmerie unit is really close to shattering. I want to back them out. These guys are fine. They can go after the artillery. Okay, they're done for. That's good. Switch you over to round shot. I may have forced that canister a little bit. It worked out well for him, but for him, he didn't have much of a firing window, so... But actually, he performed just as well as these other artillery units, so maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, well now we just need to clean these guys up. Let's get the Royal Scots moving. You get to the rear. You've taken a lot of losses. You all get to the rear. Let's speed things up. Yeah, let's charge into them. Knock them out. And charge into them. You guys can all hold fire. Okay. Surprisingly, these gendarmerie were about to break, which is kind of scary. Took quite a few losses. We will have time to recuperate them, but I may... Let's see, I could get 1,000... Get a lot more... I could get a lot of veterancy, but not like our units really need it. So I'm gonna go for... I'm gonna go for the money and ammunition. Mostly for the money, and I believe our casualties will replenish enough before the second HQ battle. Let's take a look at what we got. We did get canister, which I'll switch that out. I'll switch that out on you, and then you can have this excellent grape shot. Anything else noteworthy here? Excellent cylindrical ramrods. That's quite noteworthy. So let's get that on this unit, and then you can have good cylindrical ramrods, and then I think we can sell this off. Excellent breastplates, which we can put on you. Some sturdy shoes. Artillery does need to move faster. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Full gators are good. I would like to put them on... I know somebody had half gators. Oh, that's you? You don't really need it. You don't really need it because I'm not using you on the front line. Maybe I will give it to these guys. I know that they have a long reload, so they tend to get tired. Don't need the light saddle. Sturdy shoes are useful, but not necessary. Put them on our Fusiliers, but I'd rather find something better for them. Okay, so these are all items that I can sell. I can sell off the muskets as well, like I'm gonna be needing them, and I can sell off that artillery piece. Let's then... Okay, second HQ is over here, which is really unfortunate because that was the direction I wanted to march in. And they will activate in about 2 weeks. Yeah, I want to go check out this city and then check out this one and see if they have any good items. So let's do that. We can force march. Our replenishment will go down, but we'll move a lot faster. Although now I am getting worried about the replenishment. Let's just go into a march stance and then we'll probably drill. Okay, so there's some really good artillery treatises here, which we definitely need. We need one for sure. These guys could use them as well. Yeah, let's just buy these up. Cover bonus and max range aren't as important at the moment. Let's get these sold off. This would be good for the cavalry too. So let's give you an excellent treatise. And you get an excellent treatise. I don't have more excellence to give you, I apologize. But we can give you a good one. I can give you a good one. Let's see, what else? What else can we buy? We could upgrade our Lighthorn into something else, like a Brummer or a Liechtenstein. I guess the Brummer would be a more effective canister user because it reloads a little bit faster. Range isn't as good, but what else do they have? Some excellent earthworks, excellent chevaux de frise. Yeah, we could still use excellent items here. And excellent items here, so let's actually buy up all of this. And let's get these guys set up. I didn't even check to see if there were good, like, line infantry treatises, which I should have done. And 20 compared to 15 and 30. Yeah, that's better. Okay, these guys are good. Just double checking, making sure that's all correct. Yes, it is. These guys, oh, you've got our grenades. That's where they went. They went on to the grenadiers. That actually makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Oh, right. There were some really good cavalry treatises in here. There's also a fairly good infantry treatise. What about in here? Excellent Tompion, excellent gunner implement. I know one of our artillery This didn't have a gunner implement. You could use an excellent one, which would free up gunner implement for you. You can sell those. And then excellent tompions are good. There's something else. Oh, I wanted to check for Bibles. There are some in here. If I want to get out the Germans a little bit more, which I do. You actually already have a Bible, as do you. You do not. So what are we missing on you? Probably like a haversack or a canteen or cartridge box. Could get excellent coffee for these guys. But it's only a slight reload increase. I don't think it's that necessary. Right, cavalry. You just have a basic version of that treatise, as do you. You're excellent, you're good. So let's pick up an excellent version. And then what about infantry treatises? This one's fine. I'm surprised both of you guys have that. So yeah, I could throw infantry treatises on these guys. And then I just need to find a couple of things to sell off. Okay. So then let's give you that. And let's upgrade you. And upgrade you. Now, does everyone have all their upgrade slots? Yes, we have done it. I think the only other optimization that I could make is getting those excellent tompions. I mean, I'm sure there's more that I could do, but that's the first thing I thought of. Or like the most obvious change, I think. E6. If I were to sell everything, yeah, I could make that. Before I do that, let's just... Oh, yeah. Bayonets. I think better bayonets would be better. Can't buy both. So let's just get the one. And yeah, we'll put it on you. If I were to sell off all of this, can I buy the other one? No. But if I were to raid for a day, I could probably pull it off. But I'm also nervous about not having very much time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill for a few days. Just work on that replenishment. Yeah, this is looking good. Let's raid for a day or two. And then... Nice. We can get that bayonet. And... We're probably not going to be charging. These guys are a little bit more likely to go charging in. What are our units looking like? You're still a little hurt. Honestly, it seems like you're the only one. I don't have any money anyway to go, like, to try to race up here and buy something. I think maybe our best bet is just raiding this town a little bit more and seeing what items I can generate if I burn it down in time. Lots of grenadiers. Oh man, they doubled a unique unit, which is kind of rough. So I think they've got a lot more grenadiers this time, which honestly is scarier than the Fusiliers. Okay. Let's go ahead and load in and then finish our final battle. Okay, we're all set up, so we're gonna get rolling now. I think this is a fine map defensively. We're going to hold out here with our line curving around like this, taking advantage of a little bit of the hill and then a little bit of the defensive fortification down here. We're gonna put our 2 Shuvalov batteries here on the hill with our faster firing field guns. They're going to be supporting over here using their canister. The 6th Royal Artillery will also support here with canister. We've got our Swiss kind of in the middle here, and then I've got my Germans as backups, Royal Scot Fusiliers as backup, and then I also have another reserve regiment here of Fusiliers. Their line is more dangerous on this side, I think. They've got their unique grenadiers. They've got a ton of Austrian grenadiers, some Hungarian veteran grenadiers. And then this side of the line is just normal Hungarian grenadiers, Austrian veteran fusiliers. It just doesn't strike me as being as powerful, but we should also take a look at their weapons. They have a lot of good weapons over here, whereas on this side, they're all excellent. These guys have Jaeger rifles, so I really need to keep an eye on them. One good thing about trying to keep a tight formation over here is that cavalry won't be able to flank around us. We should be able to catch them. Should be able to. Got a nice firing hole here. Nice firing hole here. I actually might back them up just a little bit because that is kind of close to our line, and I don't want the artillery to be quite so tempting a target. Let's see what their line is doing. Looks like they might be concentrating a little bit more over here than down here. Might turn these guys a little bit just so that they have some different firing angles. And it sounds like we've opened up fire here. Taken out 70 guys. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Used only 3% of our ammunition. Love that. Let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, we are firing on all cylinders now. Let's try to knock out not those Jaegers, but let's try to hit some of these other units. Yes, hit the Grenadiers. I'm very happy with that. You are trying your best to help. Here, I'm gonna have these guys like ready to go in front when they get closer. I might let them get off one more shot before switching to grape shot. Does seem like they're not coming down very hard on this side, which is good. Actually, hold your fire for a minute. Let's come back just a little bit more. Let them advance some. You guys a little bit more ready to fire. You can switch to grape shot, and then you can open fire. Knock out those grenadiers. It seems like they're going to charge in here. Okay. They broke pretty quickly. Let's get the Royal Scots over here and then lined up. Where's our general? We might need him over here. Hold fire for a minute. Okay, Gendarmerie, good job. Come back. Our general's getting messed up. I'm gonna pull him back for a little bit. And I know their cavalry is starting to swing around over here. Let's just get prepared to meet them. Okay, we did them. Hold fire for a second, please, while this cavalry gets out of the way. You guys can move up a little bit. You're free to open fire again. Switch you to round shot. get ready to make a swap here. It's because these guys have taken a lot of damage. It might be time to get them out of there. Oh my gosh, there's so many guys over here. What the heck? The other gendarmerie unit, come in over here. If you can hit these guys before they charge in, that would be huge. I'm actually going to pull these guys back. Put them forward. Okay, the Royal Scots ran. Unfortunately. Okay, let's see if we can't hit that amalgamation of cavalry. Bring one of our... Actually bring all of our Royal Cavalry units over here. Yeah, I think we've got this, guys. I think we've got this. Unfortunately, the Royal Scots ran away, but they were instrumental in this. Yeah, I think all we've got left is the artillery. Start getting our cavalry forward. Where's our healthy guy? We can speed this up while everyone is working their way forward. And there we go. Whew. Victory. Well, I'm happy that worked out because oh, there were some parts in Act 3 where we were having a little bit of trouble, and maybe that's just because I wasn't locked in, wasn't as focused as I should have been. But those HQ battles turned out to be not so bad, and I'm glad that's the case. Got a lot of kills with the 5th Royal Artillery. Also got a lot of kills with the 6th Royal. So good job Royal Artillery. Wow, these Swiss veterans were doing amazing work. 2,700 kills. All the Swiss did really well. These guys, not even really in the battle at all. Same with our veteran grenadiers. How did the Royal Scots do? Let's see, they are over here. Too bad, 600 kills. Ended up fleeing the battle, but so be it. That was our last fight, so let's give our guys all the riches that they can carry home. Hey, we even got our final upgrade here. So let's see what he goes home with. He can go home being an industrious officer. Ready to contribute to society. I love that. Victorious. Honestly, there were some moments where I wasn't so sure. Like the heavy cavalry. Okay, the French cavalry, very, very good. However, the infantry a little infantry kind of scared me sometimes with the morale. Um, let's see. Any interesting statistics here? Killed a lot more than we took damage, so that's good. Our highest performer were our Swiss veterans. French Royal Cavalry had the highest morale, good for them. French Field Artillery actually had the fastest reload, I'm surprised. Highest charge was on our Grenadiers. Highest melee was on our Royal Cavalry. Cool. Very good, very good. Happy for all of you. So I guess what are my thoughts after playing the French? Cavalry, very good. Very, very good cavalry. The king's household, with them taking reduced melee damage, it means that they can get into the thick of things and do a little bit better. The one caveat to that being that I don't think that their bonus, reducing melee damage, I don't think that applies to charge damage. I think charge damage does full damage. So I think especially in Act 1, maybe some of Act 2, there were times where I would get charged by enemy cavalry, and if they were like hussars or Saxon Tatar cavalry, they were doing a ton of damage on the charge. So that's something that you need to watch out for if you play with cavalry, and especially if you're playing the king's household and expecting that melee damage reduction to save your buns. That isn't always the case. You're going to take a ton of charge damage. That's something you need to be looking out for. And so I think I did a lot better once I think I stopped losing cavalry, I should say, once I started using my infantry more as sponges to soak up that charge damage, and then I sent in the cavalry afterwards to mop up. The other issue is that cavalry is very micro intensive. There were definitely some moments in the campaign where I was feeling myself. I was really feeling confident, and I was trying to move my cavalry around. I was trying to divide and conquer, but I ended up being the one conquered because I divided my units and I was splitting my attention, and I couldn't handle it. I think if you pause the game, and there's no shame in that, I just don't like pausing the game. I think if you pause the game, it's a lot easier to handle and manage. But if you're playing in real time, it can be really tricky keeping track of all your cavalry units and also keeping track of what's happening with your line. Um, so that can be difficult. The other thing is, I came into this generally preferring heavy cavalry. I think at the end of my campaign, I think I liked my light cavalry more, mostly because the charge damage that they do is devastating. You can pretty much upfront shatter a unit without having to go into the prolonged melee combat. Light cavalry also tends to have better stamina, better speed. They tend to be really flexible, and so I really liked that about them. The heavy cavalry, they're juggernauts in a melee, but their charge isn't as good, and so they're not doing as much damage up front. They do more damage in a prolonged fight, but if you can finish a fight quickly, why wouldn't you? Why would you take the prolonged fight if you can finish it earlier? The other issue being that the heavy cavalry doesn't have good speed, it doesn't have good stamina, and so like after 2 charges, like the heavy cavalry is exhausted and you need to rest them, and they're slow to boot. So maybe I just need to do some more experimentation with heavy cavalry, but I came out of this being a light cavalry enjoyer. I think that the changes that they made to light cavalry made it a lot better. In my opinion, superior to melee sorry, I should say heavy cavalry. Light cavalry being superior to heavy cavalry is what I'm thinking. Of course, maybe it's just how I was using the cavalry. Maybe there's some instances where heavy cavalry shines, right, and light cavalry doesn't hold a candle to them. But those are my thoughts. Um, If I could do the campaign again, one change I would have made is I would have gone with less of the German Fusiliers and more of the Swiss. The Germans are really useful because they reload quickly and they move around faster than the Swiss, but I was having problems with their morale, right? Like there were just some instances where, hey, we saw it. The German Fusiliers, they would just shatter, and a lot of times I lost them if they shattered, or they would lose morale very quickly. The Swiss, I don't think I really had that problem with them. Um, they were also able to defend themselves a lot better, having better accuracy, and so I think with the higher morale and the better accuracy, they were just able to outduel other infantry units. Whereas the Germans, I think they traded more poorly, and then therefore they were more likely to rout and to shatter. So those are my thoughts on the campaign. Um, as always, if you've got something to say, if you think I'm wrong about something, which I'm open to being wrong, I'm just telling you guys how I felt based on my experience. Hey, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, subscribe so that you can be rage baited some more. Leave a like. I appreciate any feedback, any support that you guys give me, and we'll see you in the next video. I will say, um, after this video and kind of the micro intensiveness of cavalry, I think I want to do a more laid back play style. And Jacob has been really wanting this for a while, so I think I'm gonna go with the Russian Observation Corps. I think we're gonna try to play a more defensive, more turtle um, static way of playing, where we're gonna be focusing on our line infantry, on our artillery, and we'll have some grenadiers there to back us up as well. But I think I'm gonna try to go for no cavalry. Um, and I hope you guys will tune in for that campaign. Hope you'll enjoy it. I think I tend to do better with with turtling army compositions versus more micro intensive aggressive compositions, just because there's so many units to keep track of, and it can be challenging. But with that, I am done ranting, done yapping. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.